Reeling from his crushing defeat at the Grand Prix finals, Yuri Kakashika, once Japan's most promising figure skater, returns to his family home to assess his options for the future. At age 23, Yuri's window for success in skating is rapidly closing, and his love for pork cutlets and aptitude for gaining weight are not helping either. However, Yuri finds himself in the spotlight when a video of him perform a routine previously executed by the five-time world champion Victor Nikiforova suddenly goes viral. In fact, Victor himself abruptly appears at Yuri's house and offers to be his mentor. As one of his biggest fans, Yuri eagerly accepts it, kicking off his journey to make it back onto the world stage. But the competition is fierce. As a rising star from Russia, Yuri Poloviska is relentless, determined to defeat Yuri and win back Victor's Torvolge. This anime has a movie. It has a side story, and it's about 12 episodes, premiering October 6, 2016 to December 22nd, 2016. Based off an original series, it is comedy and sports. Each episode is 20 minutes per episode, rated PG-13. Now let's get started into the review. I think starting off with this anime, we need to get the small notion that it's focused primarily on like the male figure skating aspects of the Olympic sport of figure skating versus like, the female single skating or like the partners, or this is just focused specifically on the male figure skating. I think also the main protagonist who, has who's a big fan of Victor Nikiforov. Sorry, I hope I'm saying that right. And, he hopes has his ambition to skate right next to him as the essential storyline. But then we kind of dive deeper into Yuri, who was able to impress Victor by perfecting, or not really perfecting, but most like imitating his routine to a T. And you can guess Victor was pretty impressed that he decides to be Yuri's coach and help him with the upcoming Grand Prix finals and get him back on the ice. Now, I really feel like for the adaptation of Yuri on Ice versus the comics, I feel like, don't get me wrong, that this is one of the most hype anime of its season when it came out. Now, for those who don't really understand about ice skating, it's pretty like self-explanatory. It's Yuri on Ice. Goes beyond the expectation of how they skate on the rink and the relationship that they form on and off the ice, and how they build up momentum, stamina, strength, and physical and mentally on their body, so they're prepared for the next competition. And I feel like with Yuri, in his case, he's a 23-year-old, who has been skating at a very young age. He's nowhere near, a prodigy as most people would see him, but due to his determination and personality, earns him praise from friends and family. But I think also his ultimate weakness, I feel like, lies with the pressure, as he's known to mess up, with crucial moments in his routines or in his performance. But I think early on, Yuri is his own worst enemy because he has self-doubts about his own body, And when you learn more about Yuri, you realize he's a good-natured guy, and most of us can relate to that. And he has a lot of potential that's just waiting to be unlocked. That's the key, and where Victor comes along with that is key to make Yuri the next big thing. He was also an international recognized figure skater, won the numerous championships, and yet, has countless fans around the world. And, this one person idolizes him so much that he, saw him protect his own routine, and he wants to become his coach to make his dreams come true. And I feel like Victor's philosophy and key to success is most surprising to most people who watch it, and like the skaters themselves, because as he quotes in the anime, I think remember one line says, "Do the opposite of what people expect. That is the only way you can surpass them." And indeed, Victor can seem like a very strict coach, and but generally he hopes for Yuri to be successful. And the duo has some of the best chemistry in the series that's began as both a professional relationship to friends and to some more intimate. I think also when you delve down to the world of figure skating, you can expect a lot of competition, not from Japan or from Russia, but from both countries around the world. The most prominent rival that Yuri faces is a young man from Russia named Yuri Pizvinsky. I hope I pronounced that right. You have Yuri, all hail as priorities with his achievement. And, you have the three of them competing against the Junior World Championship. And I feel like also more of his angst personality compared to Yuri. He's more arrogant and take pride in his ability. And you see like that during his performance and during his show, and how much he has that ride between him and Yuri. I think also trying to make big name for themselves in the figure skating world, and both hope to surpass their own limits and expectations into their skating style to perfection. And however, what really separates them both is how they both seek to accomplish this. And I think that it goes on more to their roles as rivals for each other. I think also that's kind of a way how they kind of make themselves better and try to help build that chemistry between each other as rivals, and try to push each other to perform their best and their hardest. I feel like also, why people would say, why do you recommend really Yuri on Ice? Because I feel like with Yuri on Ice, the show has this sports competitive atmosphere, but every now and then the audience will definitely notice the character's relationship developing into more. And, it's very human nature and it can be very, physically taxing on your mind, mentally and physically, if you are, if you do know the world of figure skating, you performed it in yourself or participated in it or know some aspect of it. I feel like at its center core, Yuri and Victor will draw your most attention at most, because that tone of the BL tone is like themes kind of in there. But I feel like overall, when you're watching this show, Yuri on Ice is more about the like a little bit more fan service, and the appearance of males in their uniform. But I feel like overall, like besides like the fan service for the males aspect and the BL that's kind of pushed in there, but not like really like in your face. Like I wish it kind of felt better how they kind of made these two characters get into a relationship at first. But I feel like besides that, and I really enjoy like the artistic design of the male's figure costume, their performances, their choreography, and the music that's go along with their skits. And the comedy is also very straightforward. It can be rather awkward at times, but it delivers the best way possible to balance out the characters' chemistry and their reaction to see when they're in a competition together or anywhere in an environment together. And I feel like also there are many sides to this anime that has very different elements that can be very visually stunning, and how the body movements are choreographed perfectly for the figure skaters routine, and it's very clean, it's very precise, especially when they enter the ring to when they perform, and how the angle kind of capture every moment of when they're skating, and for each skater to have their own unique skating style really shows out and like shows like their own personality with their performance, and otherwise just how strong they are as a skater, and especially a male skater being solo performance like we've seen many in the Olympics before. And I feel like Yuri on Ice has a good potential of succeeding in that, as a sports really well good sports anime. And I do hope if they truly do want to bring out a second season, they will. And so gotta see if they don't, it's fine. It's good that they have like the movie to follow suit for, but if they do try to bring Yuri on Ice for season 2, I can't wait to see how they incorporate more characters, because I do appreciate bringing more Russian characters, Chinese characters, Thailand, Chinese, Switzerland, and the proper treatment of women. They're not objectifying them in any shape or form. They actually give them normal sized chests, and just trying to hopefully maybe adapt more to building a relationship between like the BL up. That's the direction they're going to. That seemed how overall when I watched it they were heading that typical direction. But definitely check it out for yourself and let me know what you think.